Right now, it's about 10 o'clock on a Saturday, and I am sitting outside in the 30-degree weather with no shoes. I was in meditation and deeply reflecting on my life, pondering the question, what am I? I considered events, circumstances, and occurrences in my life that shaped me into who I am today. I don't know where else to start other than to consider those things in the question of what am I? But there's a desire to look at it from a metaphysical or spiritual angle. And I have still some remaining uncertainty on whether or not any insight on that particular method of questioning can actually yield fruitful results. My camera's shaking because I'm shivering out here. But I figured I'd do the David Goggins style, Wim Hof style cold exposure, even though it's kind of a difficult thing right now. I know a huge influence in what shaped me in my life are my parents, and I just was reviewing my life and reviewing their lives, and I was asking, who are they? Because I want to know. And I reflect, I don't really know their lives, I don't really know who they are as people, and yet they're the most influential people on me and the people who are closest to me. So all that to say, I started with my mother, and I think her biggest fear was losing me and my brother. And her fear has in a way been realized. My brother committed suicide 2 years ago, and I'm cutting her out of my life. I was also thinking about who I am, and I think my biggest motivation is fear. I think that fear motivates every human person on this planet, but I'm particularly defined by a fear of being evil, a fear of being seen or exposed as a fraud. And yet I know I've had moments of awareness and meditation where I've realized that I am this all-encompassing awareness, that I am this awareness that can never be defined. I am this awareness that has no association with anything whatsoever other than that it is true and total and pure awareness. Words will never suffice to explain what it is, and it's all of us. And I've realized that this fear is like an avoidance of awareness. It's an avoidance of coming to terms with oneself. And then I realized that I am both the fear and the love in the awareness. So Joseph Campbell talks about in The Hero with a Thousand Faces, in regards to the union of opposites, in regards to he talks about it when the reconciliation of the masculine and the feminine, but with a hero and his bride, in describing the hero as a lover, the hero and his opposite pair are And really, when the hero comes to atonement with the Father, when the hero overcomes the world, overcomes the mother, and overcomes the evil tyrant father, both of those opposites are one, and the one is both of those things. So I was realizing tonight, how I am both this fear that is avoiding the truth, and I am the love that is pervaded throughout all of existence. Because there's only one existence, there's only one love. And so that solves my problems. If I really meditated on that and really got a deep understanding of that, if I really explored that further and let more of the revelation, in order to use a Christianese term, but more of the realization of that truth soak throughout my body, I would be at a greater level of peace. But meditation can be a discipline, so it's a matter of continuing along that path. But I'm saying all this because I'm realizing how I came to be, because I was also thinking about my father's life, and he claims to be a Christian. He and I think he is. He's had deep spiritual encounters. He's a really deep person who doesn't show it. And he's an honest person. He just happens to have different traits than my mother, just as my mother happens to exhibit different traits than my father. But I'm formed from each of them. So, again, the point of all this is I'm just really reflecting here on what I am. I've realized that I don't have anything to do, I don't have anything to do with my family, because I'm so unlike them and they're so unlike me. Every person is unique. The things that I receive from my family are things that are not necessarily exact total parts of my true nature. They're reflections of tendencies I might that I might put out into the world, so to speak. But each person is like a well that is really untouched. And all of us go through our lives not realizing who we are. I think it's an injustice that we only live to 80 years. So much more beauty would happen in the world if we lived 1,000 years. But we just don't have that time because of the current limitations on our biology. I'm just sharing all of this because I think a conversation with myself is more valuable than a conversation that I could have with any other person. Not to discredit or dismiss the value of other people in my life, but this is just the truth coming out. So I guess anyone who watches this, I hope you have a blessed life.